Welcome back, students. So, our today's topic is laboratory thermometer. So, in the last class we discussed about clinical thermometer, isn't it? The thermometer is used to measure human body temperature. The range of that thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, and a kink is there in that thermometer. Kink means a small distortion is there in that thermometer. That kink will prevent the fall of mercury its on. That kink will prevent the fall of mercury its on. So, that thermometer cannot be used to measure the boiling point of water. The reason also you know, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, that thermometer or clinical thermometer cannot be used to measure the temperature of a boiling water. So, for that we need another thermometer, that is a laboratory thermometer. That is a laboratory thermometer. Okay. So, normally we used in lab to measure the temperature of different fluids or different objects using this laboratory thermometer. Okay. So, the laboratory thermometer, it consists of a uniform thin glass tube sealed at one end with a bulb filled with mercury. Now, why we are using mercury in this thermometer? Actually, the main reason is that thermometers use a principle, that is the expansion of liquids when it is heated. Expansion of liquids on heating to measure temperature. Okay. So, mercury is a liquid. Now, what are the other reasons why we are using mercury as a thermometric liquid? That we will discuss later. Okay. In this video itself, but later. So, first we will discuss what is laboratory thermometer. So, laboratory thermometer, it's similar to a clinical thermometer. The structural wise it is similar. It consists of a glass tube, then a bulb is there. A bulb is filled with mercury. Okay. A shiny thread of mercury can be seen from outside the thermometer. As the temperature rises, the mercury in the bulb expands and rises into the thin tube called the stem of the thermometer. As the temperature increases, the mercury will begin to expand. The mercury will expand and it will rise into the thin tube, that is known as the stem of the thermometer. So, this one is a bulb of the thermometer, and this portion is known as the stem of the thermometer. That portion is known as the stem of the thermometer. Okay. So, here normally for a laboratory thermometer, we can measure the temperature from minus 10 degrees Celsius to minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius we can measure. Minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius we can measure using a laboratory thermometer. Okay, from minus 10 to 110. And there is no kink or distortion here. There is no kink or distortion here in this laboratory thermometer. So, what is the height of the mercury column or what is the height of the mercury level? that gives the temperature of the object. Suppose here the temperature is about 33. This here the temperature is 33 degree Celsius. The mercury level is marked in red color. Normally you can see the mercury level in a silver color. Silvery white liquid is mercury. Okay. The color of mercury is silvery white, silver white. Okay. So you can see a silver thread of mercury along the tube of the thermometer. Here it is marked in a red color. So what is the level of the mercury, or what is the height of the mercury? That is the temperature of that object. That is the temperature of that object. So here the temperature is around 33 degree Celsius. That is 33 degree Celsius. What are the precautions that we use, or what care we will take while using a laboratory thermometer? Okay, what care we need to take when we use a laboratory thermometer? The first one is it should be kept straight. It should be kept straight, not tilted. Okay, it should be kept straight. So, yeah, it should be kept straight, not tilted way. Okay, this one is not possible. You can't keep the thermometer like this and take the reading. Then, one important thing, the bulb of the thermometer should be completely surrounded by a substance whose temperature is being measured, and the bulb should not touch the sides of the container. If you have taken ice or water in a beaker, and if you want to measure the temperature of the water, you should insert the thermometer into the beaker, and that thermometer should not touch the sides of the beaker, sides or bottom of the beaker. Okay, the bulb of the thermometer is surrounded by the substance whose temperature is to be measured. It should not touch the sides and bottom of the container or beaker. Okay, that's a second precaution. Now, third one, while reading the measurement, the level of mercury should be at the same level as the eye. The level of mercury should be at the same level as the eye. This one is a level of mercury. So, when you take the reading, your eye and the level of mercury should be in the same level. Suppose if it is a mercury thermometer, you need to hold it straight and take the measurement. Eye contact is necessary. Okay. Otherwise, the reading will be different. Okay. When you take the reading, that reading will be different. Okay. If the level of mercury is not at the same level of your eye, then the reading will be different. Okay. Are needed while reading a laboratory thermometer. The laboratory thermometer, it should be kept upright, not tilted way. The bulb should be surrounded for all sides by the substance of which the temperature is to be measured. It should not touch the surface of the container. It should not touch the surface of the container. And fourth point, while reading the thermometer, the level of the mercury should be at the same level as the eye. Okay. Now, what's the difference between laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer? What's the difference between laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer? The main difference, here a temperature of 35 to 42 degrees Celsius can be measured using a clinical thermometer. Here it's from -10 to 110 degree Celsius. It may change depending upon the thermometer. So, the temperature range is from 35 to 42 in case of clinical thermometer. In case of laboratory thermometer, it is from -10 to 110 degree Celsius. Clinical thermometer is used to measure the temperature of our body, and laboratory thermometer is used to measure the temperature of the objects in laboratory. Okay. Now, similarity is that both of them contains mercury. Both of them contains mercury. That is the similarity of the clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Then here it's given in a tabular form. The first point we already discussed. Clinical thermometer is scaled from 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. This one is scaled from -10 to 110 degrees Celsius. Then mercury level do not fall on its own due to the presence of the kink. Due to the presence of kink, the mercury will not fall its own in clinical thermometer. But in laboratory thermometer, when you take the thermometer outside that material or that substance, then the temperature will decrease. So, if you want to take the reading, you have to take the reading while when that thermometer is inside that substance itself. When that thermometer is inside that substance itself. You can't take it out and measure the reading. Then there will be a change in the temperature reading. Okay. So, mercury level falls on its own when removed from the source of heat. Mercury level will fall its own when it is removed from the source of heat, because the reason is that it doesn't have a kink. Then clinical thermometer is used to take the temperature of the body. It is used to take the temperature in laboratory. Then similarity, it's filled with mercury. It's filled with mercury. Then why we are using mercury as a thermometric liquid? Why we can't use any other liquid? That's the next point. That is, mercury is the only metal in liquid state. Mercury is the only metal in the liquid state. Only metal in the liquid state. It has high boiling point. It has high boiling point. It has high boiling point. Then it expands and contracts with changes in temperature. It expands and contracts with changes in temperature. So, if a small change is there, then that can be easily detected. Okay, if a small change is there in the temperature, that will be shown by the mercury level. It's a shiny liquid metal, hence easily seen through the glass of the thermometer tube. It's a silver color liquid. So, we can easily see through the glass of the thermometer. Then it will not sink to the glass tube. It will not stick to the glass tube. It will not stick to the glass tube. If you are in class, then I will show you how to take the reading using a thermometer. We will measure the temperature of ice and also hot water, and I will show you mercury, how it look like. Okay. When you come to the class, I will show you how to take temperature of ice and hot water. Okay. Then I will show you mercury. It's a silver color liquid. It will not wet the glass. It will not wet the glass. When you take water in a glass, it will wet the glass. But mercury will not wet the glass, or it will not stick to the glass. Okay. Because of this reasons, we are considering mercury as a liquid in thermometer. Because of these reasons, we are considering mercury as a liquid in thermometer. Before this, alcohol was used as a thermometric liquid. Alcohol was used as a thermometer liquid. Disadvantages are there. Because of that, we are not using alcohol as a thermometric liquid. Okay. Water also cannot be used as a thermometric liquid. Now, what are the other types of thermometers? Okay. The other types of thermometer is maximum minimum thermometer. Maximum temperature and minimum temperature will be shown here. So, this thermometer is mainly used for weather forecast. Okay, the temperature is mainly used for weather forecast. Then digital thermometer is there. Now, normally nowadays we are using this digital thermometer to measure the temperature of our body. These two are digital thermometers. This one doesn't use mercury. So, this one is a digital thermometer. This one also infrared thermometers. Okay. Nowadays we are using this one. Okay. Not this one we are using. So, laboratory thermometer means it's a thermometer used to measure the temperature of materials in lab. Okay. It's a long straight tube. That tube is known as a stem, and a bulb is there. That bulb is filled with mercury. One end of that tube is sealed. One end of that tube is sealed. Other end is attached to the bulb. The bulb is filled with mercury. So, when you insert the bulb to check the temperature of a substance, you can measure the temperature by reading the mercury level. Okay. The mercury level or the height of the mercury level will give the temperature of that substance. Now, what are the difference between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer? Clinical thermometer is used to measure human body temperature, that is 35 to 42 degree Celsius. Laboratory thermometer is used to measure the temperature of a substance in the lab. So, its values is from -10 to 110 degree Celsius. In clinical thermometer, kink is there. So, the kink will prevent the flow of fall of mercury of its own. In laboratory thermometer, kink is not there. So, if you want to take the temperature of a substance, you have to take the temperature when the bulb is in contact with that substance itself. If you want to take the temperature of a substance, make sure that the bulb of the thermometer is in contact with the substance itself. Okay. Then both of them have mercury as a thermometric liquid. Okay, both of them has mercury as a thermometric liquid. Okay. Then other types of thermometers are maximum and minimum thermometer, that is used to measure the maximum temperature and minimum temperature, that is mainly used for weather forecasting. Then digital thermometers. Nowadays we are using digital thermometers. Okay. Thank you.